Welcome back to Intables, everyone. Again, going over our intraday and swing trade perspective here as we sit on a spike after non-farm payrolls coming out on Friday. Again, having a spike here, jumping over our 20. However, our 20 dropping below our 50. Leading into this week, we have, again, Powell coming out 2 days from now on Tuesday, and then we have CPI coming out on Thursday. We are looking for a major move coming again out of consolidation that we have been sitting on from this pullback. What exactly are we looking for? Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Let's jump into this one. So jumping into the daily chart with you guys here on the SPY again, as we are leading into Powell on Tuesday and CPI on Thursday. Again, CPI, typically major moves, game-changing moves that we could possibly continue on lower from or possibly continue on higher depending on how low our CPI comes out as. Again, we have been continuing on lower on CPIs. That is something to keep in mind. So again, the market very much anticipating that possible decrease and continuation on lower on inflation reports. As you guys can see here, again, we have been trying to avoid rejections on the up end of our channel. So again, we are being cautious, still playing to the upside. Even if we happen to gap into our prior gap down that we have here, again, we are pushing up. If we happen to gap into our prior gap down, there's not much room to run to the upside. So again, making sure that we still get that proof of concept on the up end of our channel. If we are going to be looking for that possible continuation, again, that continuation proof of concept would be looking for a spike above the up end of our channel, a possible pullback for that possible proof of concept with an engulfing candle following, showing us that we are clearly respecting the upper end of our channel. That is our proof of concept that we would need for that bullish momentum. At this point in time, we have our 20 dropping below our 50, which typically does show us that we are shifting in momentum. So again, looking to see if we will possibly get any more rejections on our 50-day moving average. Maybe we get a possible engulfing candle from here and possibly sell off, as we do have Powell speaking on Tuesday. Again, the reason why we have that possible gap up here on this gap down here is because, as you guys can see on our email lines on the MACD, we do have our 12 just looking to see if we will cross above our 26, looking to see if we will continuing to decrease in sell pressure, possibly increasing in buy pressure coming into this coming week. So again, keeping in mind, we do have that possible bullish momentum. We have that possible bearish outlook, but just keeping in mind, again, we do not have a ton of room to run to the upside quite yet till we do get that proof of concept. So again, we have that bullish momentum, but we do not have that strong overall outlook. As you guys can see on the weekly chart, again, jumping back above our 20 weekly moving average. As you guys can see, after a couple doji candles coming out, rejecting the lower end of our 20 weekly moving average, looking to see if we will possibly jump back higher. We are now jumping back higher above our 20, looking to see if we will retest the up end of our 50 weekly moving average, which could be that gap up on the daily chart if we do possibly continue on higher for that retest. So again, keeping that in mind, we could be retesting our 20 weekly moving average if we possibly gap into our prior gap down. And looking at the largest indicator that we have been tracking and looking for weakness on the SPY, if we are going to possibly continue on higher, as you guys can see, we got an engulfing candle coming out on Thursday, and we did have that possibility of a continuation, however, rejecting our 50-day moving average, showing us that clear rejection. So now we are looking to see if we will have our 12 EMA possibly cross back lower here below our 26, or if we are going to continue on into higher highs here with our EMA lines. That is exactly what we're looking for. Looking to see if we will continue to hold here on the dollar, or if we will continue on lower with decreases in buy pressure after, again, non-farm payrolls showing us that increase in wages, and again, that spike that we had and that decrease in strength on the dollar could be that continuation on strength on the SPY. So again, keeping that in mind, we do have a lot of short-term momentum to the upside. However, again, our overall outlook is that we did get a rejection on the upper end of our channel and that we could be continuing on with that loss in anticipation that we had on that possible Fed pivot that, again, Nick Timmeros did mention. So again, we are sitting overall anticipation. We are making sure that we're cautious, not continuing on lower with this loss of anticipation. Again, especially with Powell speaking on Tuesday. If he mentions anything major, maybe that we possibly have an increase in inflation to come, then that would be a major sell-off possibly. But again, in my opinion, CPI will definitely be the bigger watch on Thursday. So again, if we do have that possible tone from Powell that he usually mentions, which is that he's data-driven, then we very much will be looking for CPI, and CPI will be that much more important. And again, we did have our decrease in CPI. We did have a spike. We had that rejection. We're looking to see if we will get any proof of concept if we do get that continuation on decreases in CPI coming into this week. So again, just keep this in mind. This is what we're looking for. This is the intraday and swing trade perspective. Looking for confirmation here. We did not get our confirmation on that continuation on lower. We never got that engulfing candle that we were looking for. Again, as you guys can see, not once do we have our prior day's body being covered by our current day's body here, showing us no confirmation to the downside. Now spiking above our 20, looking to see if we will have that short-term outcome gapping into our prior gap down, or if we will continue on with that rejection again on our weekly moving average with that possible continuation on rejections. And the reason why we say possible rejections is because we have our 20 still below our 50 weekly moving average, showing us that we do have that possibility of continuing on lower. So again, just keeping this in mind, looking for confirmation here, jumping above our 20 weekly moving average, pretty nice spike, potential on that possible continuation, but still looking for more proof of concept if we're going to continue on lower and playing to the upside with confidence. We need that proof of concept. We need more strength here if we're going to be playing with confidence to the upside. Now, again, with that said, if you are a day trader, if you're looking for very volatile breakouts, we mention them every single day in the Instant Bulls Room, 2.5 hours before market open. Any breakout that is worth looking at throughout the day, check out our last weeks of videos. Again, we mentioned any breakout that is worth looking at throughout the day for only $15 a month. You will never miss a breakout alert today again. And again, all of you Instant Bulls that come over and support the channel every single day, I appreciate you guys. Looking forward to the week to come. We'll see exactly what Powell mentions on Tuesday. Not expecting anything major, but again, we still have to stay cautious as Powell will be speaking in pre-market. And then on Thursday, CPI, as always, is going to be a major watch. We'll see if we do possibly increase in inflation, which would be terrible for the market because we could continue on lower on this anticipation that we had prior and selling off prior from that anticipation, or we could possibly continue on higher if we get that continuation with decreases in inflation. And looking for that possible digest on the up end of our channel will be that proof of concept to the upside. If not, then we may just get confirmation on a continuation on lower. We'll see exactly what happens. But again, just taking what the market gives us and staying blessed is what we'll continue to do in the Instant Bulls Room. And again, if you guys do like this video, it does help the channel grow, and I do appreciate it very much. And again, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in pre-market.